Hi guys, this is Tracy from Lavinia Stamps, and today we're going to be demonstrating with our sticker stencils. This is the Moon Jar collection, and we're going to be using the Cloche. Let's just pull that out. I've got watercolour card because I like blending the element colours and they actually work quite nice. I'll also be using some of the clean colour watercolour pens, so they sit really nicely on watercolour card. Okay, let's get started. Take the centre of that out, and then I'm going to place this down in the middle. So I am going to keep the middle bit, and I'm just going to line it so I've got a line there, but I know that it gives me a bit of a guide because this is the base, this is the glass dome. But now we can just make a start on bringing a little bit of colour in. So I think the blue atoll. So don't worry about going over the top here because the base is going to be quite dark anyway. If you go over, don't worry about it. Okay, so again I'm keeping that centre nice and light. That's my focal point. I'm going to bring in a little bit of yellow, so it's a nice bright yellow, and I'm just going to pop that. It gives me a little bit of a glow there in the middle. So now I'm going to stamp one of our lovely fairies here in the Nocturne. Now, because the stamps are really quite intricate, because we only need to tap it. If we press too hard, you'll find that some of the ink might clog the wings. So just be really light, and then you'll get all that lovely, lovely detail. So we're going to pop her down round about there. And give that a good press because it is on watercolour card, which is textured. So in order to get the detail, just give it a little bit more time to sit on the card and soak in. So I'm hoping that will be okay. So next we need to put some nice foliage around the edge. So I'm going to use the Arctic. I'm going to try and keep blue. Just mask that off while I'm stamping. Okay, so it's a lovely pastel sort of baby blue that, and now I'm going to ink up in the Very Perry. Such delicate colours. I'll try and stamp at different heights as well. It stops the image looking too repetitive. So just bring in the stamp lower and higher. Okay, and then I'm going to move on to the larger one. And this time I'm going to use the Twilight, which is our lovely dark blue. So different colours will always give us nice depth to the card. And then taking a leaf stamp, you can use whichever one you like. I actually might go with this one. I'm not sure what that says actually. Anyway, so it's a lilac, so it would sit well with blue. Lovely colour over the top of the blue. It's really nice, just softens it slightly. There we go. I don't think I need to do much more to that other than go around the edge now and just sort of pull it all together. So I've got violet chalk. I'm going to try that first and then I'll bring in a slightly darker colour again. Keeping my card down the bottom here, just so that I don't go too much over the top of the base. Oh, that's quite nice actually. Over the top of the blue, like that. Nice. Okay, so now I'm going to take one of our small stencil brushes, and this time the Midnight Blue, and I am going to literally just touch the edges because I don't want to lose that lovely purple, but I just want a little bit more depth again at the edge. Don't need a massive amount of this, as you can see. Okay, right. And now I'm going to go back to the cloche and I'm going to pop that about there and pop the lid back on that. I'm going to bring in the brown, this is the henna, and another brush because I want the base to be more sort of wood-like, so I'm making it brown. Oops. And this gives us the line. All you do is you just match that slight curve there on the base of this, match it up corner to corner. It's easy to follow. And I'm going to go around the bottom there as well. Okay, and now I'm going to do that again in the next layer. So I'm going corner to corner on this, and I'm going to follow that line. And this just makes it a little bit more interesting. Oops, a daisy. There. So we've got the wooden base now. I'm going to go back to the Midnight Blue and I'm just going to touch up the base. Just to pull it all together. And this is where these little stencil brushes come in handy, because I don't want to go too much over the base now. Okay, I think we are about done. I'm feeling that I need something else going on here, so I am going to ink up in a very pale blue. This is the Arctic again. And I'm just going to stamp some words over the top and hope that it's nice and light. There we go. Okay. And now we will pop some orbs down at the bottom. So I've got the gold here. And the white. I'm just going to go in the centre of the bigger ones to make it stand out a little bit more. And turquoise. Let's just pop a few of those down as well. And I think that's it. Could put a little bit of glitter in, couldn't we? So all I'm doing is just dragging that down. Just gives it a bit of a sparkle. And there it is. I hope you can see all the sparkle under the light. But how quick and easy is that? So anyway, I hope it's inspired you to have a go yourselves. Thanks so much for joining me again, and I'll see you very soon. Bye for now.